Testing, testing. Is this right? I want more music. Yeah, all the way up. And the sounds can go down a smidge. Yeehaw! Hello, friends. I'm back. Let's Diablo. Do 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 do.
Time to die. Die.
Yes. Yes. Time to die. So I'm gonna run Countess. Let's run some freaking Countess, get some runes. And try to just avoid packs that I can't kill. I think that's the thing. I killed her once, I can kill her again. Ooh, a marvelous jewel. That's my favorite character from Diablo 3. Covetous Shen. He's so funny to me. The way he talks is just kind of addicting. And he's a demigod or something. So that's a little cool. A little cool surprise. A little cherry on top. If I remember right. He's like the god of jewels or something. Money? I don't remember. Not a big fan of Diablo 3, to be honest. I guess I should talk about Diablo, huh? So, I never played Diablo 1. Just putting that out there. I've watched other people play it. Namely, my nephew's dad. When I was really little, I saw him playing it. I didn't really know what I was looking at. And then I played Diablo 2 in my teens. And I played Diablo 3 in my mid to late 20s, whenever that came out. And it wasn't, I don't know. Like, I should probably say it wasn't bad, because it's entertaining enough to play, you know? And if a game is entertaining enough to play it through one time, you're not bored, I think it deserves the title good game, or at least fair game. Or decent. That's what I mean by fair. I played a witch doctor on it. It was cool. I did try other classes. They were alright. I just didn't like the modernizations, I'm gonna be honest. Like, if it's different from D2, I didn't like it. That almost completely sums up my feelings on Diablo 3. The why is a much harder question to answer. Come on, man. Emilio. Get off the floor. He's level 74. Hey, that rhymed. Damage to undeads.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Charcy. As always. Refill my potions. Give me a mana. Give me more potions. Seems enough. drink a potion, Emilio. I just didn't feel connected to my character, is what it was. I mean, that's like the essence of the appeal of any RPG to me. Certainly of Diablo 2. And so, in Diablo 3, I didn't feel connected to my character, and I think the reason is because everything was resettable, basically. None of it was actually, like, permanent. I think it has to be permanent for me to get that feeling. Like, oh yeah, this decision actually matters because I can't undo it. I'm stuck with it. I think every single decision on Diablo 3 was undoable. And that's what killed that feeling. The RPG feeling. For me, anyway. Everything except your class. At least your class. You couldn't just switch classes. Go from like barbarian to witch doctor. But if you chose a spec, you could just undo that later. If you chose a skill, well, you didn't really choose skills. Everybody just kind of got the same skills. And it was just a question of which ones you're going to equip. But you can unequip and re-equip as much as you want. So even that didn't matter. There was like modifiers to the skills that were called runes, I think. Those can all be redone on a whim. And like being able to redo your stuff is cool for experimentation, but it absolutely kills replayability and the mystique of identity, basically. It's like built into RPGs inherently, where I probably played World of Warcraft, for example, for several years before I ever got to before I was ever able to answer the question for myself. What is it like to play a different class besides Druid? Because I just stuck to Druid for so long. And I was like, I really identified with Druid. But the strength of that identification came at the expense of knowledge of other classes, like first-hand experience kind of knowledge, not just not like the kind of knowledge you get just dueling them, where you're like, oh yeah, I think Death Knights have this thing where they can like CC me or whatever. And that's kind of what I know about Death Knights, and how I know about Death Knights is just fighting them. I need to make that my ringtone. But yeah, eventually I played like Warrior, Mage, Hunter, and stuff like that on World of Warcraft. And that was how I learned about those classes more in depth. From a non-druid perspective. And each one I really got into it. I was like, yeah, I kind of feel the identity of the character transferring to me somehow. And people laugh at it, you know? Like, what are you, some role player or some shit? You want to role play, that's what it is. It's like, I don't know, maybe. Maybe I do. But if I'm doing it, it's not on purpose. It's just an effect of the game on me that I like.
What you need?
I don't know if I would like doing it on purpose. I've considered that, playing like D&D or something, and playing in character, and I think I would really like it, but I haven't really done it. And it's more fun when the other players are doing it too. That's when it would be really cool. But as with anything, when you introduce real people, multiple real people, there's like real life social challenges you gotta overcome and awkwardness that arises that has to be dealt with tactfully and politely. And if you're like socially anxious, it's going to be difficult. And a lot of people are socially anxious these days. So it's kind of hard to get into D&D. You kind of got to get invited to it. And the way you get invited, from my experience, is that you just be like fun to hang out with. And somebody that people like and would want to play a game with. And then you'll get invites. I've gotten a few invites that way. I don't really have the time to take them up on. But D&D is a game that intrigues me so much. Just because it's like, it's a story that you're co-writing with other people. And it being so dependent on the people, and people being so infinitely complex, the potential for the game and the story, all that is like infinite. Actually infinite. Isn't that what we dream about in these video games? Is an infinite game. It just goes on forever. With endless possibilities and all that. That's what a person is. You just have to learn to remember that. Treat each other that way. A puzzle that you'll never get to the bottom of. Because it's actually true. Studded leather? I think I threw one of these away, didn't I? No, it's different. Twitch throw. Ooh, it gives attack speed though. That's pretty cool. I want to try it just for that. See how fast I can get. Let's do it. Yeah, I feel faster. That is so cool. But do I still feel faster with maxed out frenzy buff? Yes, I do. Ha 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 ha. That's pretty cool, but I need the defense. Or I want the defense. Don't know if I need it. Kill the shamans! Jump over everybody! That's so fun. If I do it right. I I had this leapy barbarian thing on Path of Exile. That was pretty damn funny. It was a marauder, that's what they call it there. He used multi-strike. A bunch of other stuff. And he just leaped constantly. Like a little cricket. I actually had, I don't know if this was technically allowed, but I had an auto hotkey macro set up to press and hold, or to toggle holding my leap button down. So I could just move my mouse instead of having to hold my finger down. That's how much he leaped. Wasn't I gonna do Countess? What am I doing now? I'm in the hole. Whatever. I'm killing stuff. Feels right. I think this is like a dungeon you don't have to do. So I'm gonna complete it, and then I'll go to the Countess. I need all the extra credit I can get. We're surrounded. I think he can hold his own. But I can't. Yeah, he killed a thing. OP, OP. I'm right behind you. That's one for each of us. He's gonna die. He was doing so good, though. I'm not even gonna make fun of him that time.
The sisterhood welcomes you.
Emilio, I'm proud of you. What is this, some kind of trick? You've never said this before. Man, I do like the attack speed on that. But I need the resist from the all scales, and I want the defense, and the magic find is good, so. Might be cool on him, though. He doesn't need any of this stuff. Actually, he does. He just got his butt whooped. I can get rid of this.
Yes.
Yes. Do 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 do. I need to make a Diablo music playlist. It'll just be covers of Tristram music and various instruments. Whoa! He is immune to physical. I can't hit him. My frenzy buff up. Nope. I'm skipping him. What? That was weird. Oh, he stunned me when I leapt. That's why that happened. Let's get further away. I don't want to fight him. Let's fight him. Doom Growler. That's adorable. Even your Paragon level stats, you could reset those for free anytime you wanted on D3. Eventually I realized all my decisions didn't matter. I could just copy someone else's character and paste it onto mine anytime I wanted. And, like, totally cool for experimenting. Totally terrible for making me feel connected to my character. And like it's my character. And making me feel immersed. Like I'm a person who lives in this fictional world. And making decisions in it that matter. And that I have to live with. For better or worse. I feel like RPG design has been taken over by people who hate RPGs. Does anyone else feel that way? This is just me. Because when you say this stuff to most people, they ridicule you. They're like, no. You don't make any sense. Why do you hate experimentation? Why do you hate freedom? What, do you just want to be stuck with your mistakes for your entire character's life? Your character's entire life? I just like blink at them. I say yes, that's exactly what I want. That's stupid. And they go, that's stupid. We need to be able to reset our build at the end at least to make our build competitive. And I go, no, I don't want that either. And then they're sure I'm crazy. Because they can't imagine why I would want that. They think I'm just being contrarian or something. How do I explain... What kind of story could I tell to demonstrate why I don't want that? I guess I'd have to use a game I played. And it should probably be a game that I know really well. Played a long time. So it's got to be Ragnarok Online. That's the game I'm going to use. So in Ragnarok Online, there were vague categories for builds. Just builds in general. For all classes. There were builds we called leveling builds. Builds we called PvP builds. Builds we called War of Imperium builds. Or WoW for short. WoE. And that was more like, that was like a guild combat system. Territory. Conquest on. Yeah, and so the way that those build categories perform was proportionate to how useful they were in team settings. Wait, no, did I mess that up? Yeah, I did. The way that those builds perform in team settings was proportionate to how hard they were to level. So the leveling builds were super easy to level. but they were not very useful or needed in group settings, usually. And even when they were, the market was saturated on them. Like, there were too many of them. They weren't in high demand. Because they're easy to level. So there's this like supply and demand of builds in Ragnarok, and I think in all RPGs that have team-based play. The hole completed. Alright, back to the marsh. Tower's this way. Let me grunt at you. Let's go. So like an Agi Dex sniper. Super easy to level. But also not very useful in WoW. Like he can trap and stuff. But without vitality, without a bunch of vitality. And some strength to carry stuff. He's not going to perform as well as one that has those things. He's not going to be able to carry as many traps, or potions, or supplies. He's going to die easier. And there were some builds that were so specialized for group play that they actually had little or no application outside of it. And so they were extremely hard to level. You basically had to just get them leashed. Get someone else to kill things for you, basically. And since when you do that, you split experience half and half, automatically you're going to be leveling at half the speed of whoever it is that's leeching you. So, whenever you saw one of those, like a pure sack crusader or something, or a pure support scholar, you knew that they had a rough leveling experience. That's a very valuable character because of how much work went into making it. Because it's the only way to make it. And so if you were one of those characters, you had a really strong feeling of identity because of it. Where, like, everybody wants you and needs you. You're highly sought after, highly valued. And that comes with other perks, like you've got greater leverage in groups to get what you want. And to dictate how the party's going to be set up, rather than things like that. Which can be used for evil. Sometimes it sucks. And you've got to capitulate to the demands of some person who is being corrupt with that power, or just because the party needs him more than you. But could also to the same extent be useful and productive to keep the party uncorrupt. So it really just, as with anything, it just depends on the character of the person. It's not an inherent quality of those types of, or just being in demand, basically. This cold won't go away! He's immune to physical. Let's ignore him. I mean, keep at it, Emilio. You're doing great. I'll take over here. That's how we know mercenaries can't read. Doesn't mean he's stupid. Some people just don't know how to read yet. Did you know in places where people can't read, they have superpower memories? Who knew that reading and writing was crippling our memories? Ability to remember. I got stuck on a hole, but I have leap, so it's alright. Immune to physicals? No, thank you. Well, if I die, I need to come back to my corpse. So actually, I should try to fight them. I'm kind of sort of doing it. I'm gonna get this guy anyway. Maybe. Yeah, one down. I need more drinks.
Good day.
Fill me up, baby cakes. I should get these too. What are paladin skills? So he does 2 ruhs and 1 But sometimes he does 3 ruhs and a I wonder if he does 1 ruh and a He does. But it seems like it's only at the beginning. So I think it's a leftover ruh. Can't count it. Oh yeah, girl.
I am overburdened.
I am overburdened. I don't need that. It is a sword. I should look at it. At least. What a waste of time. I am a sword, Barb. I'm pretty sure frenzy barbs normally go axes, from what I remember. And I think it's specifically because of a rune word that only goes in an X. But I think it might even be called Fury. But I was feeling swords at the time, so that's me. I hope to find a lightsaber one day. I don't know what my dream sword ought to be, but I'm just gonna go with the flow. Whatever drops. Whatever I come across in the rune word list. Anyway, that's basically the reason I don't like having end-of-game resets to fix mistakes. Quote-unquote fix mistakes. It's a big part of it. It just further dilutes the feeling of identity. And it trivializes the whole journey, basically. Especially for builds that are harder to level, but worth it once you get there. It's kind of the same in Classic WoW, where Warrior is kind of the slowest to level. It's a real pain in the butt, real challenge. And probably like 49 out of 50 people who start a Warrior never finish it. They don't get to the end. And I think that's probably like the worst class for that. That class probably has the lowest finish rate of all the classes. And so that made it a really special thing to go for somebody who really wants to feel a strong sense of identity with their character. Warrior was like the ultimate endeavor for that. The ultimate prize. Oh, he's dead already?
Good evening.
Good evening.
The Order welcomes you.
Emilio? You're an expensive habit. I'm gonna say that to my wife whenever I get married. I won't be married long. Steel Fang. Mind Eye the Dead. There were two of these buttholes? The whole time. No wonder we died. Okay, I heard a ding. There it is. I'm picking things up without even noticing it. Finally becoming senile. Jewel. I don't know why I get so excited for these. They're always crap. But probably more likely, I just don't know what a good jewel looks like. So I just don't recognize it when I find it. I sell it like an idiot. Blood Clan! Those are my people! In red. They have maces, huh? I'm a big fan of maces. I played a hammer warrior in Guild Wars 1. I like knocking people down. I like the dull thud of a big hammer breaking people's ribs. Boom. Boom. Yeah. I'm on level 4. I'm getting there. I'm almost there. I feel like I walked into a trap. Here we are. I got some good experience from this. If I just do this a few more times, I'll get runes and levels. Master the Hell mode. You shouldn't be allowed to have Mauler in your name if what you do is you shoot a bow. And that doesn't make any sense. A war scythe?
I am overburdened.
Just what I don't need. Well, let's look at it anyway. Maybe Amelia wants it. No. But 100% deadly strike with prevent monster heal is pretty nifty. Ooh, the damage is just so crap. I can't even pretend. I do love to pretend. Break all the barrels! Sword with sockets? Nope. Mana.
Stay a while and listen.
Stay a while.
Good to see you.
He just wants a friend. If I ever retire from adventuring, I'm going to devote my life to hanging out and staying a while with Deckard Cain and listening.
Greetings.
But I'm a young man. I can't waste my life on such things. Alright. Actually, I feel like Barbarian's like 30. He seems older than the others. I could be wrong, but it's that whole Area Summit Oath thing. I think that's what bumps his age up, like 10 years. That hoits. I'll let Mercenary do some work. Oh yeah, Berserk with Frenzy buff. That's so hardcore. I need mana pot. This isn't going anywhere. Pick up some monies. Some things to sell.
Hello.
Hello.
The Order welcomes you.
Bloop. Yeah, buddy. We'll get it eventually. Just keep hammering. And chugging blue pots. There we go. And another one. And the boss. Storm Widow. See, it's like this Barbarian. I know it's not optimal to have 175 strength. Or whatever I have. You're supposed to have like 90 strength or something. Just to wear specific armor. The specific armor that you're going to wear at the end. But optimal always has an implicit context. And the implicit context for that way of doing it is PvP or Ubers or some specific thing, right? And that's why the armor is different depending on which one of those things it is. And my context that I want to optimize for is fun. And the most fun thing for me is being able to wear anything I find, no matter what. And hitting really freaking hard. And so, just getting enough strength to wear anything is the optimal build in that context. Your blood will boil. You always make my blood boil, Countess. Chop, chop, chop. Slap her with your swords. Slap her with the flat of your sword. Or did you die humiliated? Oh my gosh, one hit wiped out my full rejuve mana. Let's just kill the stalker. Ignore the mana drainer. Butthead. Or the nonce. Kill his archer. What are you doing? Countess! We just want the runes, that's all. Tau am Tau. Those suck. But I'll take them. Yeehaw! Kicking barrels. Bye-bye. That sword's no good. Hey, it's got some elemental damages, doesn't it? Mine's got way more. And more physical. And it's faster.
What you need?
Neat. Let's chill here. Look at my runes. I gotta combine these towels. And I gotta and but I can't combine those. Alright. Go like this. Tau, tau, tau. Makes a row. I got 2 row. Okay then. Boop. Doo-da-doom, doo-da-doom. Now I fight the monster. I never played Diablo 4. I never will. I heard it's not very good. And I'm pretty sure I'd have to buy a new computer to play it. And it doesn't have single player. And I'm at a point now where I'm like, I barely play anything. And so if I'm going to buy a new game, I'm going to make sure it's something that is just going to last, like Diablo 2 is. I can just install it locally and play it single player when I'm an old man. And it's just a complete game that I physically own. That's the other thing. They don't sell complete games now. Everything's got some DLC crap you gotta download, or it's dependent on an internet connection. It's like, what am I paying you for then? Tamoe Highlands. This land is your land. This land is my land. So these are sword and shield girls. What other type of weapons could I have specialized in? Axes, maces, spears, throwings, and pole arms. I've never seen a mace barb. And if I have, I never paid attention to it. And I've definitely never done a mace barb. But I have done an axe barb and a sword barb. One day I might have to do a mace barb. Just try out some mace rune words on it. Spear barb. Maybe. Polearm appeals to me a bit more than spear on a barb anyway. But since he has the mastery, I'm sure he could be really good with it. And throwing barb, I've done it, but I never finished it. But I already know that's like fucking hilarious and fun. I should do it one day. I'm not sure how you're supposed to split up the war cries. This is how I've got it. It lasts for a few minutes. The whole set. And synergies. This gets synergy from taunt. And it's a good one. 8% damage. Same as double swing. Synergy. Same as the synergies it gets from double swing. But it's such a useless war cry. And I'm so strapped for points that I don't really know if I should get it. Like, I'm level 74. I've only got like 25 or so more points than me. And it would be nice to have higher War cries. Maybe some passives too. Or maybe berserk, I don't know. Those are 3 things I want. Besides taunt. But taunt is more damage. And it's a lot more damage. I want that too. Maybe I'll just split the difference across all of them. Be terrible at everything. Diablo 4. I was kind of watching the development on it. I was super excited for it. But I saw in development that they weren't really doing anything that was going to interest me.
I am overburdened.
I saw them making pretty much all the same mistakes that they were making, that I thought they made in D3. Obviously, not everybody considers D3 full of mistakes, but I do. Betrayals of the role-playingness of the role-playing game, basically. Or they just completely destroy build permanence. There's nothing permanent about your build.
I can't carry anymore.
I demolished that guy.
Yes.
I was just like, yeah, if my choices don't matter, then they're not choices. I want an RPG that has choices. Like, there's nothing that differentiated my Witch Doctor from any other Witch Doctor, because all of the build and character choices were undoable and redoable. And most of them for free, and all of them for free or cheap.
Hello.
And pretty much all of them on a whim. Really, the gear was like the only thing that would take time to replace. But even that, not so much.
I am overburdened.
That seems like one of, or maybe the single most consistent element of modern RPG design. Where the old fantasy was, you get to be somebody. But the flip side of that was, you only get to be one somebody. You have to sacrifice your potential in order to become one somebody. Sacrifice your potential to be anything else. And then the new fantasy is you get to be everybody. You don't have to sacrifice your potential at all. Except when you choose a class. I guess that's the one sacrifice they kept. That still hasn't been completely eradicated in RPG design, in modern RPG design. Yet. Though Path of Exile sure tried to. But they realized their mistake later on, at least. Where Path of Exile is a game where there are classes, but they're kind of they're kind of nominal or aesthetic. Like, you're choosing mostly just what you look like. And mechanically, there's a little bit of consequence because it dictates where you start off on the passive tree. But as you learn Path of Exile, you learn that everybody gets the same passive tree. And so, essentially, everything in the passive tree is available to every class. There's actually nothing on it that's class exclusive. Or at least that's how it used to be. I don't know what modern Path of Exile is like. I'm sure it's way totally different and everything's too complex to really say anything absolute at all about it. But yeah, later on, they kind of reintroduced, or they sort of solidified classes in Path of Exile by reintroducing classes in the form of like secondary classes or whatever. Where you've got to do actually like a rite of passage quest line, skill test, to become the next specialized class. And you actually get exclusive bonuses and abilities and stuff, depending on your choice, that no one else can ever get. So that was when, to me, Path of Exile actually got classes. Because the classes it had before that were just so watered down by virtue of being nothing more than an aesthetic change and a change in position on a passive tree. That's the same for everybody. I leveled up. I'll just save those. And this shall go into more damages. Now I do almost 700 frenzy damage. My main hand. Jewel. I am no beast of burden. So what are all the things you can say, Barb?
Come on, follow me. Come on, follow me.
Come on, follow me.
A gift for you.
A gift for you.
A gift for you. This is yours.
This is yours.
Thanks.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Forgive me.
Forgive me.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. That's formal.
Time to die. Run away.
Run away.
Run.
Run. That's all of them. That's so cool though that your party members nearby can actually hear your character when you do that. I freaking love that. Tamoe Highland. I think I'm gonna get to the next waypoint and then call it a night. I had a busy, busy day. Smack 'em. Stick 'em with the pointy end, Emilio. Where are you? There you are. Sometime in there I pressed Z, made you disappear. Menopot. Ow! What a sniper! He got me from a whole screen away. Let's kill him first. He's dangerous. I saw a video of a snake fighting a porcupine. Or trying to. The porcupine fended him off. Stuck him with his quills. It was good. Good ending. I'm happy to root against snakes. I never had a porcupine invade my home before. But I have had a few snakes. It was not fun. It's very hard to sleep when you're not sure that you're not going to be strangled in the night. They weren't even constrictor snakes, but like you just can't help thinking about it, you know. What if I just wake up and there's this cold thing around my neck squeezing and I can't breathe and I'm dazed from sleep and I just die here. And that's the end of me. That would be such a shitty way to die. Like, just, you were sleeping, you didn't even have a chance. No warning, no nothing. Very dishonorable. You'd have to make me really mad to get me to kill you in your sleep. Or I just don't care about honor anymore. Okay, Ooze Froth was one of the better names I've encountered on this game so far. Ooze Froth. Ugh. This makes me want to puke. I love it. This is the first Act 2 mark I ever got from normal mode. It's Defiance Aura. It gives defense. It's the blue ring around my feet. Well, the blue ring with the lines. Yeah, that one. I just kept it because I figured, well, I'm holding 2 weapons. That means I'm not going to have a shield. So, I feel like I've got enough offense with 2 weapons. My weakness is going to be defense. So maybe I should just keep Defiance to shore up that weakness. But that's kind of the like the archetypal way that I waver on mercs and auras. Like, I never know whether I'm supposed to get a merc that shores up my weakness, or get a merc that complements my strength. Like might.
This monastery reeks with evil and corruption.
But I sort of lean towards shoring up my weakness. I like to be well-rounded. I guess. I think another thing I like about it is that it holds me accountable for my damage. Where, with Might, I would wonder if my damage is actually good enough, or if I'm just getting carried by the aura. And so with Defiance, I don't have to wonder about that. I know, like, whatever damage I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. And if it's not good enough, it's because I'm not good enough. Get better. Get a new weapon. Look up some rune words. Put some more thought into your gear. Go grind a bit more if you need to get some new gear. Stop passing up yellows. Just things like that. My favorite RPG I ever played is, and probably always will be, Fable: The Lost Chapters. Or just Fable, period. The first one. Not the second or third one. I never played those. Probably never will. And from what I've read, they didn't compare to the first one. Although one of them was decent. But I don't remember which one. Waypoint. Oh. That's it. That's the day. That is you done.
Greetings.
Greetings. What up, baby cakes? Yeah. So next time, I make the trek to Andario. I'll probably kill Countess again. Just seems like a good idea.
Yes?
To keep killing her. Keep bumping that rune collection up. Alright guys. Nighty night. Until next time.